This is how you clean the tab sensor on these tabbers. The first thing we're going to do is take the strip of tabs out of it. This is the tab sensor unit or assembly, and the sensor is actually mounted right behind this little metal part where you see the wires coming in. So I'm going to pull this all the way out. And so this is the sensor we're going to clean in there. This part is important, how you remove this, because if you do it wrong, you can break this plastic piece. So the best way is to use a flat screwdriver and just very carefully pry on this top corner or this area of the sensor. So I just pry against this bar to pop it loose, because it has a little clip on the top. So pop it loose like that, just the top of it, because the bottom of it has this hook, and so we don't want to pry on the bottom and break that. So later when we put it back in, clip the bottom in first, and then we'll press the top in. And also we'll make sure to line it up so it's in the right place when we put it back in. But for now, we'll turn it sideways like this, or upside down, and you can see that little dot in there with the little plastic sensor. That's it, the little clear dot in there. That's the eye of the sensor. So we'll take isopropyl alcohol and cotton swab. So we'll get it good and wet. And then the sensor actually has two components. It has a sender and a receiver in there. So the first thing to do if it's really dirty is maybe blow it out with compressed air. And then we'll just kind of clean all this area for any stuck on sticker gunk from the tabs. Make sure it's clean. Hopefully you can look in there and make sure that there's no stickers stuck in the inside of the sensor. And if there are, you'll need to get those out. But just be very careful. Don't put a screwdriver or metal things in there and scratch everything up. You can maybe use like a plastic putty knife to carefully remove if you have some stickers in there. But usually the isopropyl alcohol will kind of dissolve the sticker gunk. So usually it kind of just builds up in this area. So you'll just kind of clean it, and then don't rub on the sensor any more than you have to. But you can just only clean it if there's like gunk on it, but maybe just go over it lightly with the cotton swab. And just usually blowing it out with air can make a big difference there. But we just don't want to rub the sensor more than we have to, because little bits of paper dust get in there and they can scratch it. So that's why it's good to blow it out with air first. And then just clean all this area, make sure there's no gunk, anything stuck, make sure everything looks nice and clean. You might go through a couple of cotton swabs. And so then when you're done, you just hook the bottom on first, the bottom of the sensor onto that bar. And then we'll kind of want to slide it. So see the strip of tabs comes down next to here, and we want it to come right up to the edge of the sensor. So we'll line it up in the right place and then push on the top. And don't push on this part of the sensor because you could break it. Over here it's stronger, so kind of push this end in first until it clips in. And then you can still slide it side to side if you need to make sure it's in the exact right position. And then we can rethread it and put the applicator roller back on, and we're good to go.